What's up, you guys? Alexandra here, and today we are going to be doing a highly requested video by many of you guys. You asked me to check out Copycat Beauty and let you know if their palettes truly were dupes. So I went and picked up their Peach Sangria palette, and we are going to be putting it head to head against the palette it is claiming to dupe, the infamous Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Is it truly a dupe? Is it the same quality? Does it wear the same? We are about to answer all of those questions and more right now. All right, you guys, so I'm sure you read from the title and saw in the intro that today we are going to be checking out Copycat Beauty's Peach Sangria palette, and we're gonna see if it truly is a dupe for the iconic Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Now, a little bit about the Sweet Peach palette. It is an amazing palette. It is literally a staple in any MUA's palette collection. I mean, you can't say that you have a palette collection without owning this palette. This palette literally put like Too Faced like over the top and on the map and made them the icon that they really are today. I mean, it is an amazing palette. As you can see, mine has definitely been worn. It's been loved, okay? And it definitely smells like peaches. I love this palette. There's just so many looks you can create with it, and it just definitely goes summer, winter, it doesn't matter. It's just an amazing palette. Now, I purchased the Peach Sangria palette on my own. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $9 or $10. I don't know. I'll put it right here somewhere. But anyways, I did already open this up, but I did want to show you how it comes in the outside packaging here. Then you slide it out. It's bubble wrapped, and you know, it's nothing special. It's definitely not the tin packaging that the Too Faced palette comes in, but I mean, we're talking a considerable price difference here. And as we all know, a lot of the price and makeup goes to the packaging. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. There is a small mirror in there, just kind of the same as there is with this Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And then if you actually look at the palette itself and hold them side by side, which I'm gonna do for you guys right now, they do look very similar. I mean, very similar. Like the colors, the placement of the colors, it is definitely made to look like a dupe palette. I mean, every color lines up and is in the same spot. Now, I will tell you guys, I did swatch a few of these already. I have not tried to apply this Copycat Beauty at all because I wanted to wait until we were on camera. And just to let you guys know, I did finally get a new mirror, so I will not have to hold a, you know, ooh, bright light. Better turn that down. So I won't have to hold like a compact up in front of my face so you guys can actually see what I'm doing now. But back to these palettes. So I did want to point out and show you guys a few colors because there are a few colors that did swatch differently for sure, okay? So the first one is in the Sweet Peach palette. It is this plum right here. It is called Delectable. Okay, so this is out of the Sweet Peach palette, and as you can see, it's kind of like a brown, like, it's like a very dark purple brownish color. It's like a brown, it's got like a brown undertone with like a purple topper to it. Now, on the actual Peach Sangria palette here, now I will tell you the Peach Sangria palette does feel a lot softer. So, but as you can see, it is definitely more of a purple. It doesn't have as much of that brown undertone as the Sweet Peach palette does. So do you guys see what I'm talking about? So there are a few colors that are like that for sure, but for the most part, this palette is very similar. I mean, you really can't tell much of a difference. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna apply. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the Sweet Peach palette on this eye, and then I am going to do the Peach Sangria, the dupe palette, on this eye. Mainly because this eye is a lot easier to work with because it is not as hooded. I wanna give this as fair of a shot as possible, and I'm going to do a look that I do with the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I've done 100 times. It's one of my favorite go-to looks for this palette, especially in the wintertime. So we are gonna get to that right now. All right, you guys, so we're gonna get a little up close and personal, if you know what I'm saying. So I do wanna be very, very fair about this. So I have my Bella Pierre makeup base on both eyes. I am going to use the same brushes for both palettes on each eye. I'm just going to use my little thing here in between palettes, so that way I give it a very, very, very fair shot and even chance. Even playing field. I will tell you guys though, this Peach Sangria palette does not have any names on it, as you can see, but as I said, they are placed exactly in the same positions as the Sweet Peach palette. So like for instance, this first color we're gonna be using right here is called Peaches and Cream. So it's in the same spot here on this Peach Sangria palette. Also, this Peach Sangria palette, I forgot to tell you guys, was supposed to also smell like peaches, just like the Too Faced palette, but it does not. It does not smell like peaches. It does not smell sweet. It does not smell good, quite frankly. Like if you get your nose up in it, it just smells like makeup, like just like manufactured makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing sweet about it. So yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, so first we're gonna get into the Sweet Peach palette, Peaches and Cream, as I said, and I just kind of dust this all over my lid here, just to kind of set my base. So that's what we are doing. And then I'm gonna brush my little brush off, and we're gonna dig into that same one. Now I will tell you, I definitely see a lot more kick up in the Too Faced palette, which is surprising, but as I've told you guys before in the past, kick up is not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a very, very good thing sometimes. Like I have come to find that some palettes that have the most kick up are like my favorite palettes, just because they're the most pigmented, they blend the best, that kind of thing, okay? So I'm just telling you guys. But I mean, they both have kick up, but I'm noticing more in the Too Faced palette for sure. Okay, so the next color that we are gonna go into is actually a shimmer color. So I am going to grab my Sigma E25 brush, and we are gonna get into this caramelized right here. I love this color. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful color. Okay, so we're gonna basically get our brush all nice and soaked in that, and we're just gonna apply that all over our lid up to our crease and just buff that out. Okay, so as you can see, we only had to dip into that one time to really get that color payoff. And then, as I said, I'm gonna really get this really, really clean. So as you can see, and I'll even like flip it over and use that side. So, okay, so we're gonna use this side, and I cleaned it off really good. And then same thing, we're gonna get into this, what their version of caramelized is. This is one of the ones that I swatched, and it looked pretty similar. I don't know, you guys. I can see like a little slight difference, but I mean, like, it's only if I'm being really, really picky about it. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe this brush off really good, and then we are gonna grab my big fat Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush right here, and we are going to get into probably one of my favorite colors in this palette, and it is this pinky peachy looking one right here called Georgia. Love this. I love this freaking color for your crease. I'm telling you, it's just a beautiful color. And we're just gonna blend that right into our crease there. Okay, so we're gonna dust our little brush off here really good, and then we are going to get into their version of Georgia, the unnamed color here. And I will say this one looks like it's got a lot of more of a pink undertone, and this one looks like it's got more of like a peach undertone. Okay, you guys, so I just want to show you this because I'm definitely seeing a difference. So you can definitely see a difference between how well they blend. Like, do you see this? Like, this is the Sweet Peach palette and how that one is, and then how that one is, how, like, there's definitely a difference there. Now, let me say this. If you were not holding both palettes side by side, maybe you would not notice this difference, but putting one on one eye and then one on the other and blending one and then blending the other, you definitely see a difference between the two, but they're really minor kind of differences, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next color we are going to go into is the color Luscious. And it is, I love this color for a highlight on your inner corner. It is this color right here in the Sweet Peach palette. And I like taking that in, and sorry, I need to clean my brushes anyways. So I like taking that in with a brush kind of like that right there. So that's what we are going to do. And we're just gonna dab that in the Sweet Peach palette. And I really like to just put this right on my inner corner and bring it up. So we're gonna wipe our brush off here, and we're gonna get into the same color Luscious on this side. Now this one does look a little lighter in this palette, but I haven't dug into this one like I have the Sweet Peach palette. So they may have started out similarly. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead, throw my mascara on, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts about both of these palettes. Well, really the Peach Sangria, and whether or not this is truly a dupe. Okay, so it's been about 3 hours since we applied our shadows. I did want to give them a little bit of a wear test, and to be completely honest, you guys, I mean, they're both wearing pretty much the same. I mean, I can tell a few differences between the two, but it's only because I applied obviously one on one eye and one on the other, and I really have to nitpick to see the differences. Like from far away, you really can't see the difference at all. And I'm gonna get close and show you guys, and you're probably not even gonna be able to see the differences. I mean, they're just ever so slightly different. So hang on, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so we're up close and personal again. I mean, like this one you can tell is a little bit lighter and it blended together a little better, but I mean, it's just ever so slight. Okay, so my final thoughts on Copycat Beauty and the Too Faced palette. So honestly, there was a lot more kick up in the Too Faced palette than there was the Copycat Beauty, although there was plenty of kick up in both. I mean, quite frankly, when you swatch the palettes side by side, they look, a few of the colors look a little different. They have different undertones and things like that. But when you apply them, you really can't tell too much of a difference, like I said, unless you're really nitpicking, in which, I mean, I really am, you all. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, you know, like I want to see if it's an exact or not. So the formulas are definitely not exact. Like this was a lot softer. This kind of applied a little bit smoother when I applied like the actual base color, but then when I applied the other colors, like it seemed like this blended out a little bit easier. But I mean, it's just, again, ever so slightly. So if you would like the Sweet Peach palette, but you don't care about your eyeshadow smelling like peaches and you don't want to pay that high price, I would definitely say the Copycat Beauty, or the Go-To Beauty is what it says on here, but it's Copycat Beauty's website, in which I will link it down below, is definitely a good option, and it's an affordable option for sure, especially with all the different looks on, I know, YouTube and different videos and stuff that people have the Sweet Peach palette. You could definitely do any of them with this palette all day long, I mean, for sure, and it would definitely come out the same. I mean, there's really not much of a difference, you guys. So as far as a dupe palette goes, like I would say this is as close to an exact dupe as you would possibly get. Now it's not an exact dupe, but it's as close to one that I've ever seen to date. So I have to give them mass credit. This is definitely an affordable option, and I'm actually kind of highly surprised. I truly thought that I was going to rip this palette apart, but it was surprising, you guys. So I'm just saying, you've heard it from me to you. It is definitely a good, affordable option and a dupe. I think like in what you look for in a dupe, this definitely covers that that range and that definition. So that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to enter in our 6K giveaway. It is going on between now and I think, what is that, July 20th, July 21st. So it's going to be over here soon. I also had another giveaway hidden in a video. I'm not telling you which, because it was only for my loyal subscribers that watch my videos and watch them all the way through. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to go back and watch some videos. All right, you guys, I love you so, so much. And I do have another dupe palette for you guys. I also have the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. We're gonna break that down and let you know, is it really worth your money? I mean, we're like breaking it down, okay? And then I also got BoxyCharm and Ipsy and all kinds of other boxes coming, a new box that we are checking out and investigating, a yes or yes video, all kinds of goodies for you guys. As always, I love you so very much, and thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that and turn your notification bell on, because as we all know, YouTube will only notify you about the videos that they think you want to see if you don't turn that bell on and switch it to notify all videos. All right, you guys, love you so much. Bye.